2 News viewers have asked us to help explain Ohio's only statewide ballot issue. A yes vote for issue 1 would eliminate Ohio's redistricting commission and replace it with a citizens commission. A no vote would keep everything as it is right now. Joining me is Wright State professor of political science, Dr. Lee Hanna. Doctor, thanks so much for joining us. We're going to start with the issue itself. What is gerrymandering and how can it be confusing for someone unfamiliar with politics?
Sure. So every 10 years, we take a census, and that basically identifies how population trends have changed and where people have moved. And then we go in and we district our political boundaries. And so we set those based on trying to get populations equal. And that happens at the state house level, so both our state house races and our state senate districts are drawn, as well as our federal U.S. House districts. And that's true for every state in the country. There are some that don't have to draw state lines because they only have one district, and so they have what would be called an at-large congressional district. But every state has their own state legislature, so they're drawing districts for that. Now, what gerrymandering is whenever you manipulate that process for some population of interest, we normally think of it in a partisan sense. So it's when you try to draw the lines to where you're giving your party undue advantages based on the way the population is trending in that state.
So how much of a change is there if issue 1 passes and citizens are in charge of drawing those state redistricting maps?
Yes, so right now it's been in the hands of elected leaders in this commission that was created out of an issue a few years ago. And they are making decisions, but they're also, of course, influenced by maybe their own electoral prospects as well as their relationships with people in the state house who want to run in a safe district. What this would do is this will create a system where people can apply to be on this commission. It would be 5 or 6 Republicans, 5 or 6 Democrats, and then the same number of independents. And then it would also be the selection process would start at at kind of a macro level where maybe thousands of people could apply. And then when it gets down to like a top 100 selected by these different party leaders, then it would go to a lottery system to actually select those 6 members. So what I think you would see is that most of these members would be folks who don't hold political office, but they're probably really active in the community. They're probably people who know their community well, and presumably they would be representing a cross-section of Ohio and have a good sense of the political boundaries and the preferences of people in the state.
Dr. Lee Hanna, professor of political science at Wright State University, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks, Jack.